It's busier now that things are starting to look up. See for yourself. The East Empire pendants are scattered all over, so leave no stone unturned. Just what you see here. The East Empire pendants are scattered all over, so leave no stone unturned.
I don't know who... Ah, so you're an alchemist then. Remember, I have plenty of potions and ingredients if you're ever in the market.
You've been a good friend to me. The finest weapons and armor. Bring your weapons and armor to me. I'll fix it up right. You got a good... blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. Bring your weapons and armor to me. I'll fix it up right.
Look at me. Doesn't everyone pity the hopeless? Look at me. I'm no better than a beggar. I used to be a miner. A good one, too. I made more gold digging up ore in a month than some people earn in a lifetime. When the mine dried up, I was lost. I have no other trade, so I spend my time drinking my fortune away at the retching netch. Or I used to, anyway. That fetcher Geldis won't even allow me inside. Said I was bad for business. If I want to spend my last bag of coins getting drunk, that's my business. What does he care? You can try. If you can get that stubborn mule to let me into the net, I'll make sure you get what's coming to you. Couldn't be better. The sections that are being opened up have revealed some huge deposits of ebony. Old Cretius has a nose for exactly where to dig. If they'd only listened to him years ago, the town wouldn't have been in such dire straits. At this rate, I'll be able to put a roof over my head in just a few months. It might take more than a simple request to change Geldis's mind. He can be quite stubborn.
Welcome to the Retching Netch Corner Club, home of the finest Sioux jammer that will ever grace your lip. The mine's open, people are buying drink. Have you seen the poor girl? She's a mess. Oh, she used to be richer than Councillor Morvain, and she's spending it all drowning her sorrow. As much as I love making coin, I can't watch her do that anymore. I won't. I suppose you're right. If she wants to spend her life at the bottom of an ale mug, it's her choice. Tell her she's welcome back any time. The finest Sioux jammer to cross your lips, friend. Me own personal formula that I call Sadri's Sujama. In fact, I've just added some new ingredients to the mixture that I think makes it taste better than ever. All I need to do is get the word out that it's ready, and they'll flock here for it. I was kind of hoping you'd say that. Here, take these samples of the Sujama and spread the word. If you get rid of all of them, there's something extra in it for you. I hear you're the reason. How do you think? It's a blessing. I've got regular paying customers again. Thirsty workers at the end of the day, and more coin than I can count. Haven't heard anything lately, but check back with me. You never know. Safe travels, Outlander.
I work for Mogrel. You got a problem, you talk to him.
Teldrin Serro, blade for hire. If you have the coin. Azura's wisdom to you, friend. Sorry, never touched the stuff. Mafala cloak you.
With the Ashbourne threat taken care of, I can give Modin Veleth captain. It can be. Even the most experienced warriors can fall prey to petty distractions. They usually didn't amount to much, but they make my job that much harder. Some of my own men have become quite accustomed to a spirit they called Emberbrand Wine. Despise the stuff myself. It's powerful and tremendously addicting. I've seen men fail to finish even a single flask. If I knew where they were stashing the bottles, I'd put an end to it myself. You would? It would be helpful. I just don't have time to do it myself right now. I've they're too smart to have left it in the bulwark. I'd search one of the abandoned houses on the outskirts of town. I've had to muster some more men to protect the mine, but I don't really have a problem with that. Second Councillor Arano is concerned that once word reaches the Reavers that the mine has reopened, they might think about paying us a visit. I say let them try. My men are ready for them. Ah, this is bone mold armor. Quite impressive, wouldn't you say? It's fashioned from actual bone that's been reinforced with a resin-like material and then shaped to form the armor plating. It might appear brittle, but I'd wager it could stop the blow of a weapon better than iron or steel. All of the soldiers in this town are Redoran Guard. Some of the best warriors that House Redoran has to offer. I've spent quite a few years honing their skills, and I can assure you they're not just your average city guard. To protect Councillor Morvain, of course. He has quite a few friends on the council back in Morrowind, and they wanted to ensure his safety while he was here. Other than that, I'm not at liberty to discuss it. Find me that stash of wine.
The mines are open, and at least my father will let me drink whatever I want without complaining. Tell Geldis I appreciate it. Keep yourself safe. Solstheim's still a dangerous place.
I don't know what you're
You
playing
got a
at,
good...
lover.
Perfect. I was just thinking about heading over for a drink. Thanks for saving me the trip. Bring your weapons and armor to me. I promise you, I have
I don't know who...
good
I should
intentions.
mix some of this into my next potion. Who knows what would happen? Remember, I have plenty
I
of
don't know
potions
if
and
I can
ingredients.
do this
If you're ever in the market.
anymore. Look at me. The day I refuse Sujama from Geldis is the day I sprout wings and fly off this rock. Well then, I suppose I'm off to do what I do best. Here, this was something I carried around in happier times. Maybe you can find a use for it. See you in the mines.
I don't know. Oh, that sounds lovely. Thank you. To understand how we met one another, you have to appreciate what he's going through. Cretius is a third-generation miner. All his life, he's lived and breathed nothing else. By the time Cretius came of age, the ebony mine in Raven Rock was shut down. He took that quite hard. Our home has been in his family for over 200 years. Leaving would have been like abandoning precious memories. Instead, he stayed on Solstheim and spent most of his life prospecting for a new ebony source. Sadly, it never surfaced. A decade ago, this drove him into a deep depression. He shut himself inside his home and refused to come out. It was after refusing to allow anyone to bring him before Cretius starved to death. I was a temple priest at the time, and they had me use my healing arts to restore strength to his ailing body. I stayed for a while and cared for him, then I suppose we fell in love. Far from it. In fact, I'm no longer welcome there. In all honesty, it came down to a disagreement between what I believe and what Elder Othraloth believes. I'd prefer not to get into the details, but let's just say our opinions about the current status of the tribunal vary widely. Be careful out there.
Your actions here. Always a pleasure to taste anything Geldis comes up with.
I don't know if I can do this
Next
anymore,
time you're
Odin.
hungry, stop by.
Is it because of your
It's
father?
It's busier now that things... Geldis needs to bottle this up and send it to the mainland instead of wasting his time out here. His drinks are outstanding.
At
Thanks.
some point, you're going to have to choose. No matter the outcome, I'll always respect your decision.
East Empire pendants are scattered all over, so leave no stone unturned.
With the Ashbourne threat taken care of, I can give my men the rest they deserve. Well done, friend. Find me that
got
special
our
rod.
eyes on you. Just remember who's in charge around here.
Can I help you? I don't know what you did in those mines, but it put a smile on Cretius's face. I've never seen him so happy.
I can't believe I've been stuck here this long.
Milor over at the Ienth farm should be still mixing potions if you're seeking that sort of thing. Far west end of town.
They want to give Talmithra a wide berth. I don't like the looks of the place one bit.
You have... I can hardly wait. Until you summon me again.
Be careful.
Wrangling with you can be so entertaining.
I do so love dealing with mortals.